Good evening, everyone. Welcome back to Goosebumps HorrorTown playthrough. This is part 1 to a new series of A Shocker on Shock Street. This is a book and update that I have been reading in anticipation for just because of what was going to be put in here, and I'm pleasantly surprised for the most part of what we see. Now, this is going to be interesting because usually with these part 1s, I tend to kind of do my post-commentary kind of deal, but for this instant, I'm going to try something new and see where that leads us moving forward. I'm going to be doing a first take reaction, so you're going to be hearing through my phone audio for the first beginning bit of my initial thoughts when the updates hit, as well as anything I see at the front. And then when we get into the actual dialogue of the game, that's when I will come back in. Now, something I will mention is that I think at some point I did confuse Erin's name with Emily. I don't know why that was in my head at the time, but just note near the end when it's talking about Erin, I said Emily for some reason, so just ignore that. The other thing, too, is that this book that's introduced, it's something new because they brought back the mission or number of missions per book. It used to have been something way long ago, but they've just reintroduced that. I'll explain more when we get to the dialogue, but anyways, we'll just jump into past me when the game just updated, and we're going to hear from what he has to say, and then I'll come back when the dialogue comes in. So until then, see you soon.
Well, looks like the update has finally hit. Like the game, join our page. No, that's okay. And you got a little glimpse of what's going on here. But yeah, you can already tell exactly the fact that my recording of this new phone is a lot more faster. And I guess we already see that it looks like the new type of, as you can tell, I just woke up from this, and luckily the update hasn't fully hit, but it seems like our currency this time is batteries, so that's interesting. So we'll just do that. Yeah, no thank you. And yeah, apologies, this is the only downside to this whole thing, is the fact that these stupid pop-ups will bring up the bar. So whenever you were curious about why a black bar would show up, that's why. But the other good thing about this new phone is I can do something like this. Ooh, look at that. Yeah. So I can be able to draw stuff on the fly now. But yeah, so I guess this is our little play area. Nothing really new here yet, but it looks like they've already kind of started paving the way. And ooh, look at this! Oh, Jacko and Easy Kikil is still around, so I'm curious to see why they're still there. If they're gonna be a part of the town still. If that's the case, and I'm glad. Yeah, and you can see how smooth everything is now, which I'm happy about. So nothing really new as of yet, because the update is still waiting for the new post, but yeah, I'm curious to see what ends up happening, so I'll come back once the event turns live. So, yeah, seen this little thing, hey? And usually I'm always sleeping before they update this stuff, but now game's being updated. Goosebumps Squad. We are currently in maintenance mode. Please hang in there while we break the internet. This is usually what you see happening when they're updating the back end. So hopefully soon we will be able to see what exactly this update has in store for us. I'm already liking the background here with Slappy, Faraday, and I'm assuming that's Wolf Boy and Wolf Girl back there. Very interesting background decision. I also like the way they designed the logo this time. It gives a Nightmare on Elm Street vibe, which I'm guessing that's what they were going for. I think that's what they were going for. I can't say whether or not that's the case. Well, looks like it's done updating, so let's see what the results are. Now, I kind of know some of these are what's going to be into here. I have no idea how it looks at the end of the day, though. So it'll be very intriguing to see exactly what will be, how they've designed everything. Because I'm really looking forward to this particular update because of the ideas of what's being designed here. So here we go. Director's Pack. Okay. Ooh. Ooh, boy. Okay. Oh, RB Faraday, $750. That's a lot, but you know what? He's not unique. I am going to have to look at to see if he's actually worth that price. If he drops the needed items for this update, then I will determine whether or not that's good or not. I will say, though, he is an interesting character. Anyways, we got Fright Camp Trash, which is obviously a reference to where he is based off from. An RB camera, that's interesting. Alright, so we got some cash, currency, the Super 8 camera, the shock factor, extra inventory. Alright, so let me just kind of... Alright, here we go. A shocker on Shock Street. With Slappy as king of HorrorTown, renowned horror film director R.B. Faraday, aka the scariest man on earth, set up the most terrifying amusement park on the Promenade. What awaits those who dare cross these mysterious doors? I'm really liking RB's look here. Alright, let's do this. 28 days. Alright, so this gives us about 4 weeks, so we're looking at somewhat near the end of September. So, yeah, you know what? I can see where they're doing with this. Someone mentions, by the way, that the animatronics are giving a Five Nights at Freddy's vibe. That's kind of hard nowadays, especially since, you know, Five Nights at Freddy's is a tradition that, you know, after that became popular in 2014, now all animatronics have to be FNAF inspired, right? Anyways. Play new animations, craft new items, play a new scene, as we know before. So we get to see that a lot of it's going to be playing off in animatronics. I'm guessing that's going to be Aaron. So let's see this. Aaron. 500 of the currency. Depending on how much this is going to be, it will depend whether or not this is bad. I will say, though, so far, I'm liking the way they look and all that stuff. Also, I will say that Aaron especially looks familiar, as well as RB Faraday, so it'll be interesting for me to actually talk about them. Okay, so it looks like both of them have different packs going on right now. I'll look at the packs to see what's there. Kunga the Animal Vampire. Okay, so the one reason why I'm so looking forward to this update in particular is because they've designed it so that you are able to make your own little tram park. And the attractions, as they were, actually are based off of fictional films by the Shock Street series as well as R.B. Faraday's. So I'm very intriguing to see how this turns out. I mean, anyways, we got Kunga the Animal Vampire, Prisoners of the Vampire King, Vacation of Endless Doom, The Beast with Three Brains, Lake of the Water Zombies, Drive-In Sign. Okay, look, already right there. The drive-in sign, FNAF inspired. You cannot just not look at that and go, oh, look, it's Freddy. Anyways, I got the Fright Camp, which, Fright Camp Trash. That makes me wonder what exactly are they going to do for the book prize. Like, I'm wondering if there is actually a book prize. I'm seeing there's a lot of quest lines going on right now, so that tells me that there's other stuff going on. I have to look into this. Anyways, there's the cart tram, straight tram, the U tram, N tram, underground tram. So see where this is going. This is very intriguing how this is. Oh yeah, and this is the gimmick. So Wolf Boy and Wolf Girl are the animatronics that have been spawned. It's interesting how both Wolf Girl is expensive. Why? So they drop both the same. Okay, so they both drop the same item. All right, you know what? That's actually not that bad then. I will have to see if both of them actually drop the same item. If that's the case, then that actually might be good for a lot of people. So we'll just have to wait and see. Anyways, we got the film camera and then the 3D shock poster. All right, so let's find out what is the grand prize. The Shockdro's House of Shock. Or Shocks, I should say. Yeah, so there it is. As you can see, too, by the way, every attraction has it so that you're going inside a tram and then going outside of the building. That's done on purpose. It's supposed to look like you're going into area. But anyways, let's just see this. So we need 7 ectoskeletons. That's looking very creepy. 7 of the robotic joints. 4 of the shock factors. Okay, so we have to play Cavern of the Living Creeps. Okay. See, I love that. I love how they've decided to give the spawn scene its own area. But get based off of an actual IP in the Goosebumps lore. Anyways, animatronic switch. You'll need the craft from Faraday Studios. So 4, 5, 7, 7. Alright, so we have to find out how exactly easy this is going to be. And, oh boy. I see there's a bunch of Comptons, which tells me that they've introduced a new book, didn't they? Let's see this. Oh, I don't... That's weird. Okay. I'm wondering if I have an error. Because I think I do. But anyways, let's just see this. The oh god, I can't say the word. Shocktro's pack. Alright, so this is your standard kind of expansion pack if you'd like. I mean, it's not bad, but I don't know. A lot of people, I don't think people actually go for those types of things. They usually go for the packs that have characters like this one. So we got Aaron, Drive-In Sign, 3D Shock. I'll be looking at these. Oh, Electro Frame. Interesting. So they're actually bringing back some items from previous events too. Okay. Interesting. I'll be curious to see what items are craftables and what can be dropped and what characters be useful for what. And I already see that they've already changed some of the drops. So now they gave me that, which is good because I need that for a particular item. Ooh, what's this? Do I see an animation thing going on here? That's so cool looking. Okay. And we're seeing some weird... Alright, so we're getting a little bit of how each thing here looks. I love it. So we got a bunch of wolf boys and wolf girls going on here. And this is the... Okay. Ooh, that's interesting. So both Aaron and RB... Oh, wait. Oh no. Okay. So you need RB Faraday to respond to that. Okay. Ooh, okay. That is going to depend on exactly how I feel about this now. Because with these two, makes it 100% of the drop rate. So, I don't know. But it's interesting how they're having Faraday be the one controlling the bug. I think I've mentioned something like this before. So it's interesting to see them actually being able to do that now. And, yeah. I wonder where the bug is. I think they did that on purpose. But, yeah. So as you can see, they designed it in a way to make it look like some sort of weird attraction. And, it's too good to be true. Okay. Okay, so the beginning part of the video, I saw, oh, look, Jacko and Exquali's here. But no, they changed it to the 3D posters, so that sucks. Alright, so this is Faraday Studios. So, We need film rolls, which means that the nuts and bolts and the 3D glasses look like they're going to be the easy ones to get. We got the Super cameras, or Super 8 cameras. So it looks like we need blobs and the can of roaches, and then the... Oh, okay. We need to use the monster diner this time. Oh, that's not good. Tesla core. So you need to play Wolf Boy scene. Okay, so Wolf Boy and Wolf Girl. Okay, so that's how you get the Tesla coils for that. So one of the items we need robotic joints. So we need... Let me just see this right now. Okay, so far I have to actually do an in-depth look at this. But so far, it seems like for the ectoskeletons, you need the animatronic switch in order to actually get this going, as well as the scene item. Whereas the robotic joint can just be made on its own and not have to worry about that stuff. And it looks like we're gonna have to be utilizing the electric frame here. Now, what is interesting to me is that you'll need tin cans in order to do this. And I have to look at the characters, because I'm sure there is some character out there that can actually drop me one of these just fine. Anyway, sorry about that. I have to just deal with alarms going on and off because I'm just keeping track of stuff. But yeah, so it seems like... Okay, so I have to actually do an in-depth look at this and actually go through this in depth, but I'll look at that as it were. Before I forget, I might as well take a look at our previous scenes to see where that leads us. No, I already gave you a 5-star. I don't need no more. Yeah, so it's back to 150 and the item still stays there. So let's see what exactly is up here where my old area is. So it still loads, unfortunately. Okay, so it looks like that drops the comic stuff, so that's not bad. And this... Okay. Alright. Okay, so I think that's... I'm sure there's another... Is there another item? No, I don't think there is. I think that's pretty much it for now. Shockland. Okay, so they actually added a new little area there. Alright, Shockland. Nice. Alright, so it looks like this one's actually a little bit more plausible. Oh, you know what? Let's see here. Yeah, you know what? This is actually a little bit more plausible than the other lands we've gotten so far. So let's just see here. So those are not new. I'm thinking maybe this is new. No, I'm thinking that's been there like that for a while. Okay, so it's only one new land, and it's actually pretty cheap. And Shockland. Okay. So did they really want you to utilize this area? Man, it's weird because I put this area as like the Horrorland theme, and they're already like, nah, you're gonna put this over here now. Okay, nice. Alright, so... And it looks like, too, by the way, if I'm going up here, this is dropping... I wonder why this is dropping the chemical stuff now. Oh, you know what? Okay, wait a minute. I know why this is now. Because the... Let me go to the books. Yeah, I know. There's a special book right now. Alright, so this is the update I was looking at right here. Join Marty on a spine-tingling adventure with an enigmatic girl named Emily. So you do need Emily. So the question is, do you just need Emily, or do you also need RB Faraday? Because I think they said there's a premium, but I don't know if he's attached with the book. If he is, then that's going to suck in some form. Again, I'm going to have to look at what exactly these guys drop in order for me to give my final opinion on the whole thing, because Zeke had the same issue when he's like 600, but he dropped a lot of items, so he was kind of worth it at the end. I have to see exactly with how I feel with Faraday, because that's a lot. but uh, yeah. Where's the store? Okay, so there's You know what? I am not gonna touch anything right now when it comes to this guy over here because I know he's gonna be a glitchy mess because this seems to be always the case when it comes to this stuff. So I'm going to just not do that. So now I think that's it for me for my first initial thoughts. So I think what I'm going to do now is I'm going to stop the recording and then continue on with the quest line to this story, which I'm going to guess is the Shock on Shock Street. So
A shocker on Shock Street. Another month in HorrorTown. Summer's holidays are coming to an end, and kids are enjoying their last days before classes start again. Now, things here have been quite different since Slappy has come to the throne, especially for humans.
Silence, you lackey! Who art thou to address thy masters issue such liberty?
Oh my god. They even gave him a small little crown. What is this? That was what was missing in the last update. He has a little crown now. I'm sure somebody who really loves Slappy is gonna enjoy having seen this. So I guess it's a continuation of Be Afraid.
Why are you talking like you're Shakespeare?
I said silence! And I have no idea what you are talking about. I'm speaking like any king would. But I guess my language is much too sophisticated for mere citizens. Things in HorrorTown have been absolutely delightful since I became king. Humans are always scared, and monsters have gotten the power they deserve. So I've decided it's time to record my success.
This is the difference with Mr. Wood. Like, Slappy is like, hey, I don't like the humans, but I like you monsters. Mr. Wood's like, nah, I hate everybody but me. Alright, so, Shocker on Sock Street, 1 of the 16. Expand the Promenade, score toy scavenging, and attain some 3D glasses. So, this is one of the other new things they added, which is colored background. So, like you probably will see in the Crafting 101, this was going to make my life easier now. And I'm going to say this to the Pixowl team. Thank you so much for doing this now. This is going to be easy for everybody to understand where it goes where. And, yeah, as you probably noticed that they've done the slash number of update or number of quests now, which is interesting because of how weird things are. Oh, and you might be wondering what's going on here? Where's my space? What happened to the building that was there? And where's my beehive? And where's that thing? Okay, so this is what ended up happening. If you've seen my playthrough for a long time now, you may have noticed certain buildings on the side here. These buildings were only during the beta launch and was released, and during the time they basically just kind of not used them anymore. So they've just been kind of sitting there idly. Even when collecting on certain stuff like that, it didn't really reward. It was a nice decoration. But I'm guessing the HorrorTown team looked at this and it was like, you know what, nah, let's get rid of them. So they basically got rid of all the beta stuff and all the bugs out of the system for this update, which I'm kind of bummed by because I liked my beehive and the other items that were there, but oh well, I guess I have some free space now. And maybe we might see them in the future, but I doubt it. So it kind of sucked, so rip, or press F in the chat for the poor items I've missed. But yeah, oh well. I had to do some remodeling now. But yeah, this is the other thing too that was interesting. The Monster Diner is the only item that has... I don't know if I mentioned this during the... I think I must have. Either that or I'm going to mention it during my... Oh, excuse me. I'm going to mention it during my playthrough of the Crafting 101. That there's only one item that's crafted in the diner. I'm not sure why exactly that's the case, but there you go. But yeah, let me know down below what you thought of the recording for the phone, if that was fine or not. It's interesting, and it made my life a little bit easier when it comes to these part 1s, I'll tell you that. The other parts are going to be more interesting. I might switch in and, on and off. Also, this isn't weird because there's that weird bar on the side here. Again, apologies on that, but it's basically how this new phone records. Like, the graphics and the loading is a lot more smoothly now. But the problem is, it just has this nasty looking black area that I don't want to share. So I'm going to do you the solid of hiding phone stuff out of the game. So don't worry, when a bar comes in, it's basically blocking off the main menus for the phone, as it were. So during this part, I'm just simply putting on certain characters' quests that need the 3D glasses, but I also think I went ahead and put all the other characters that have the blue background on now to make it easier for when it comes to signing something on quests. So anyways, yeah, so we're gonna have them do this. Have them do that. And yeah, this event, I was kind of worried when this update was coming out, because I was looking forward to it, but I was also very terrified because of what was going on. And I'm very glad to see that this is now, like, my problems have been kind of ironed out, like saying, oh no, you don't have to worry anymore. And the reason I did that too is because of the fact that this is an anniversary. We have another second film event, and it just so happened to land in August, which our first one was the Please Don't Feed the Vampires, and that event just was god awful. But if you see my playthrough of it, you'll probably notice that why. But yeah, I think whenever I do the video for Welcome to Dead House, it's going to be less unlike the other ones. It was done during the time when I actually started doing voice acting or changing my pitch of tone, so it's not that terrible. Also, here's the him sneaking around animation, which isn't anything new, by the way. It's just simply him doing this animation that we've seen him before. I think back in March is when he did this, so nothing new or exciting there, but it's something. Also, one thing about Zeke is his parkour is now connected to the mayor building. You'll see that in part 2 or part 3, how I've decided to have him assigned to go do that. And some hilarious results ended up happening. And yeah, so again, we got a lot of these characters as we usually expect. One character that interested me, though, was that we saw, oh, hold on a second. So this is the Masterpiece Pack, what it looks like there. One thing that interested me, though, was the fact that, for some reason, the, what was it? Yeah, it was the fact that we have Rachel from the May update actually being used for here, and she was a freemium character, so I'm surprised to see that's the case. Usually it's like 2 characters and then that's it, but no, this time it's like, no, you got it for free, so you got like a season out of this character, so oh, kudos. I'm not complaining about it. I'm just very interested. Also, what's interesting is that Dawes is still in the shop to still be bought, so you don't really need his bundle in order to get him. Also, we just transferred over to Slappy's area, and are you surprised? Yeah, no change there. Yeah, are you surprised with that? Nah, I'm not. Not at all. What is with you? You know what? I can't say anything because he's the king now, right? Where's your little crown? You know what? That's a missed opportunity. You should have had him have a little crown on, but whatever. I guess the dummy's gonna be the dummy. Anyways, yeah, so we're gonna end it off with this Masterpiece Pack. I think this has gone on long enough, and the next part we're gonna be taking a look at both Aaron and Faraday. And it's going to be interesting talking about them and what they're inspired by. I think I'm going to be talking about one and then the other one in another part, but it's weird. I'm gonna have to try to find out what exactly I'm gonna be doing for those two. But I know for Faraday, I already have an idea of how I'm gonna start part 2 with him on, because a lot of people are trying to debate what he looks like, and there are a lot of some good options, and I'll mention them when it comes to part 2. But I'll tell you what the real inspiration behind this guy was, and I'll explain more in details in part 2. So until then, I hope you enjoyed this part 1, as I did enjoy making it. And I'd like to hear from you down there on your thoughts. What are your thoughts of this update so far? Are you intrigued by it? Do you like Shock Street? Let me know. Anyways, I've been Grim, and I'll be seeing you next time for more Goosebumps HorrorTown. Until then, you might find it rather shocking about who is the man behind the slaughter.